Thanks again for joining us on your ultimate news and current affairs program on television this morning on ITV with yours sincerely, Sonny Duke. Of course, remember, you can follow the program live from any part of the world via our website at www.itvregionnigeria.com/live. You can also follow us on our Twitter handle at ITV Radio NG. Follow me on my personal Twitter handle at Duke Okosa. I'll follow you back. Okay, on Saturday, a federal high court in Abuja gave judgment on the allegation of certificate forgery against the state governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki. And of course, the submissions of the judge, put paid to that issue, at least at the level of the federal high court. I have with me in the studio a legal practitioner and a public affairs commentator. He's also a pastor, Barrister Jimmy Usagede. He contested for the Edo State House of Assembly, Ego constituency seat in the last general election. Barrister Jimmy, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so that issue raged on, as far as I can remember. I'm sure in 2016 that issue was there, and then it resurfaced again in 2019, and up until now it's been ongoing until on Saturday. Yeah. And by the way, expecting Barrister Daniel Ubegia to join this conversation, but somehow he's unable to make it due to some challenges beyond his immediate control. Thank you very much, Barrister Daniel Ubegia. Anyway, let's get the conversations on. So what was the grounds for the judgment given on Saturday by the judge?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, let me congratulate the governor. It's been a long way coming. I think in the history of Edo State, it's already on record that is a governor that has been so much harassed by the opposition when he was in APC, and when he came to PDP.
When he was in APC, he was harassed by PDP.
Yes, and
now he's in PDP.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Right now, the decision of the Federal High Court on Saturday is a very upright decision. That is the kind of decision you expect from incorruptible judge, a judge who took time, even though the time was limited. The judge took time to analyze the pros and the cons and came up with a verdict, a well-considered judgment that the certificate forgery case against the incumbent governor of Edo State is not tenable. That matter was dismissed. If you look at the checker history of the so-called certificate forgery, the plaintiff that took the governor to court, they model up their case because they did not really know what to do, so to say. For example, that case, came up first time in 2016.
Yeah.
And this time around, they went to court just last year, and they were still making comparison with what they did in 2016, which is already statute bar. That aside, when you talk about forgery, it's a pure, criminal case. And in the criminal case, the proof is beyond all reasonable doubt. It's not just on the preponderance of evidence, it's beyond all reasonable doubt, which the plaintiff could not do. But if you look at the facts of the case, it's a case that ought not to have come up at all. The requirement, section 117 of the Constitution to be qualified is who said, pre-election matter, 14 days, section 285, all those things, they did not take time to look into. Okay. Now, they made heavy weather on the photocopy. A photocopy is not the same as original. Okay. Even though it was clear, I think it was just just to harass the governor. Even though it was clear to everybody that when you make a photocopy, it's possible sometimes and on many occasions that you will not receive the same information as you have in the original. Okay. One interesting thing that happened during the case, the forensic effort that came, the forensic expert, in Federal High Court, when you make depositions on oath, you attach your passport photograph. The forensic expert that came, his own photocopy that he presented to the Federal High Court as part of his deposition on oath showed that his own passport that he put on the deposition on oath was incompletely represented on the photocopy. They showed it to him. You understand? So original is different. For instance, I'm with you in the studio. You know, without guessing the fact, we are the original. Jimmy Sagede and Sonny Do. Now, what the people are seeing right now on television is not exactly how we are physically represented here
in the studio.
It's not the same thing. So by the time we come and say, my name is Jimmy, yes, I'm Sonny Do who did the interview, and then you are still saying that, oh, I didn't see, you know, the legs, I didn't know the kind of shoes it doesn't make sense at all, you know. And the person who can complain about forgery is the original maker of the document. And all the while they were doing all this, they never called the investor of Ibadan that issued the certificate, even though the governor has already proved. People who were his peers in the university, you know, people they went to the university at the same time, they come to say, what I say, this man is my classmate. We took these courses together, we graduated together, and I'm sure that University of Ibadan being the premier university, thank God for that university that
had Ibadan.
Yes, University of Ibadan is the first university in Nigeria from University College became a university. I want to salute the administration of that university because it seems that their archives, you know, are intact. They were able to pull out a replica, you know, the original of the certificate that was issued to the governor, and said, this is the certificate we issued to the governor, and this photocopy you are showing us is the same thing, except at the bottom where the vice chancellor and the registrar and the date of issue does not show, which is because of the way the document was photocopied. We have different sizes of papers. You have A4, you have B5, and the rest of them. Sometimes you are in a hurry. You know, you cannot punish somebody, for instance. This one, it's not logic, but I'm looking at the various intrigues in that matter. You know, basically, the governor had a genuine certificate. However, it was not even the person that made the photocopy. He gave it to one of his aides, you know, one of our colleagues, Agobaya, who made it. You know, when you are submitting documents to others, sometimes you are in a frenzy, you are rushing, and the rest of them. So, if at all somebody was to be held responsible, for instance, it's not even the governor. And the man who made the photocopy, he came out to say that I made the photocopies, and if at all there is any error, it should be ascribed to me. However, they are negligible error. It is in a situation where the original probably is not available that you can start talking about photocopy. And the Supreme Court have ruled over time that if you are analyzing certificate and you are looking at the signature and the rest of them, you don't do it based on photocopy. You do it based on original. So the plaintiff who went to court, you know, sometimes if you know people are not able to swallow defeat. When you go to contest, it's either you win or you lose. You understand? So if you lose and the man who defeated you are beating you so resounding, the margin is unprecedented. You know, the votes that the governor got in Edo State was unprecedented in the sense that it was to teach some lessons. Now, you should accept defeat. Well, I'm not surprised. Even in America, Trump was finding it difficult to accept defeat. So you are not looking for, you are trying to raise a storm in the teacup that doesn't really matter. You know, I want to salute the judge, and also, of course, the lawyers that handle the governor's case. You know, they are seasoned lawyers. Kemuzia, SAN, our colleague Sen Alume, senior lawyer. They did justice to the matter. They analyzed, and you know, if it was in other climes. For instance, in America, some cases like this, they are going to fine you so much because you brought a flimsy, you know, you have wasted the time of the court. Somebody who has a master's degree, the constitution in section 117 is talking about school certificate. That if you have a school certificate, not even having the certificate, if you have been educated up to school certificate level or is equivalent. You know, which means, for instance,
even if you don't have the certificate,
you don't need the certificate. For instance, if you go to a vocational school, a non-formal vocational school, like you know, maybe you are an artisan, you learn one trade or the other, and NAPTEP, for instance, can say that, oh, this is equivalent to school certificate. You don't need to really bring the certificate. That was the cross of Buhari's argument, you know, that I'm educated beyond all this level. You are not talking about certificate, you know. So the judgment
Yeah.
is a judgment that has reset, the way people go to court for frivolous accusation. It's a judgment that has reinstated Edo State to the path of development. Now the government can settle down. We saw in the first 4 years, and we are sure that this second term is going to do all the things that he promised. I was in the lobby listening to your conversation just now with somebody talking about health insurance. Those are novel innovations that the government is bringing to the state.
Okay.
You pay little amount of money as premium over time, and you are able to benefit from robust Medicare. Those are the kind of things we are talking about. Not business as usual. Not a governor that will just. You see, Edo State is blessed that in the midst of all these adversaries, we have a governor that really wants to do the needful for the state. All over, all the sectors. Look at the Edo Benz. Other states are coming to copy what we are doing here. Everybody's internet compliant. Computer compliant. So in the 21st century, you need a governor who has the reasoning and thinking of people in the 21st century. So you cannot be writing on slates. We use those days in the school with chalk. In this century, when all you need is your fingers and a laptop and you are communicating with the whole world.
Absolutely.
That's what the governor is doing.
There's been some talk that of all the prayers brought before the judge,
Yes.
only one was given attention. Is that any source of concern to you?
No, which of them in particular are you referring to? Because when you go to court and you come up with prayers, that is the things that you are asking the court to give to you. There are some of them that don't even need to be mentioned, because whether they are mentioned or not, they are irrelevant. So the court has to concentrate on the crux of the matter, because and the crux of the matter is that the governor forged a certificate. You cannot forge a certificate of a university such as University of Ibadan, and you be able to defend it. It's not possible. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you come up with frivolous petition, prayers, and the rest of them, because time was of the essence. If the job was not given on Saturday, that it would have died naturally. So there's only talking about all those frivolities that doesn't matter. By the way, the matters, the prayers they were talking about, the fact that the certificate was forged, the fact that the governor lied on oath, and so on and so forth. So if it is determined that the certificate was not forged, then that the governor lied on oath is irrelevant. You don't even need to talk about all that, because that was the essence of the suit.
Okay.
Of the suit that that the document that the governor submitted, to INEC. Now, before I go for that, something just crossed my mind now. Do you know that the certified true copies that INEC submitted to be used at the courts also had the same disability with what the plaintiff was talking about? Some of the documents were not properly photocopied. For example, the governor's master's degree certificate that was issued by Pace University in New York, part of it at the bottom did not even show in the certified true copy that INEC brought.
Presented.
Whereas the one I was given to INEC showed everything. So all these are electronic errors. They call it devil's mistake, or the devil, printer's devil. So all those things are not relevant. They are not relevant. But what is obvious, let the facts be said. What is obvious and incontrovertible that you cannot change, no matter how you hate the person, is that this man entered the university with the requisite requirement. He was qualified, and he studied, and he was issued with this certificate. Period. That's all.
Okay. Would you say the authentication that was brought forth by the university authority was a game changer in this whole conversation?
Of course, the arbiter, so to say, the person or the institution that will say this is our certificate or this is not our certificate is the issuing authority.
Okay.
That is why when you are talking about the fact that a document is forged, you cannot be talking about the fact that a document is forged when you don't have the original. If the investor had brought a certificate different from the one he front-loaded, different from the one that the governor presented, then it would have been agreed that he forged a certificate.
Okay.
So even going to court in the first instance was not going to fly, because before you go and tell the court that somebody's certificate is forged, there must be a pronouncement by a court of competent jurisdiction that this certificate is forged. That was what INEC said. INEC is not in a position to say that a certificate is forged, because that's not their business. Is to examine, okay, this is what he brought, and okay, is
in line with the requirement expected of you.
Yeah, it's in tandem with the requirement. Yeah. Then you go and run your. If somebody says that it's for, let it go to court.
Okay.
And we thank God the court has spoken, and he has spoken resoundly. And this judgment is not just for the benefit of the governor alone. It's for the benefit of the advancement of democracy in Nigeria, in the Edo State. So that when you lose election, you can go and, it's unfortunate that here we don't really have professional politicians. Professional politicians are those who lose the election, go back to the drawing board and contest again. You understand? So it's not just a one-time shot, you lose the election and then you are crying all over the town. Are you saying that the governor is incompetent? The governor is not incompetent. The governor is already an institution by himself. Governor Godwin Obaseki by himself is an institution, because people are coming to ask him, how are you doing this? We want to learn from you. So those are the kind of, and you see that in the first tenure when the governor came on board, that he employed technocrats. If you look at the caliber of commissioners that he used, he employed people who were seasoned in their various fields, and then he, as the chief executive, is able to harness, the intellectual property and the capacity of all these people that he brought on board. Like he has probably February, first, 2nd week, we are going to get a new list of the executive, and I'm sure he's going to do the right thing also, because now the governor is embodied. Now all the exuberances, he has done this, he has done that, we are going to remove him by all means. Before the judgment was given, Comrade Adam Shomole in his hometown was boasting that what happened in Imo was going to happen here. Let me tell you.
Did you hear that from Comrade Adam Shomole?
We heard that from somebody from a credible source.
So you didn't hear that from him. So it's not justifiable for you to put that
my quotation is not directly
from him. You heard from somebody else?
From the deputy governor when he gave the interview. The deputy governor is from the same place with him.
Yes.
And other people were in the party. This is not, it's not just a hearsay. It's something that is in public domain. That it was. Let me tell you that Imo State wouldn't have even happened here. Let's look at the scenario.
But it happened in Nigeria.
Yeah,
it happened in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's not what I mean. The facts of Imo State are not applicable to Edo State.
Okay.
For instance, let's paint a scenario, a scary scenario, which is practically impossible to happen in Edo State. If the court had said that the governor forged a certificate, and the court, by that he would not be qualified to be the governor, that position will not go to the opposition. It will not go to APC, because days before the judgment, APC has also been disabled by the judgment, would have faulted the running mate, the certificate of the running mate of Pastor Ize Yamu. The person who came third in that election does not qualify by the provision of the Electoral Act to become a governor, because they are saying you have to win. But I thought
APC appealed that judgment of the State High Court. APC appealed that judgment.
Of course. Even this one, I say that they are going to.
Yeah, so I was going to add that. Okay, perhaps it's not Uhuru yet for your party, against the background that there's still a long journey, a long way to go from the appeal possibly, and maybe to the Supreme Court.
You see, I've not read the full details of the judgment, but I followed, all the proceedings in court.
Okay.
That from the basis of my analysis. When you read a very sound judgment, even the Supreme Court have said it, that there's no need to tamper with the judgment. You understand? So as the case is moving up, if they still decide to go up to the Court of Appeal, and the Court of Appeal looks at the facts that were properly examined, the same thing will come up. We are not trying to preempt the Court of Appeal if they go there.
Yeah.
But there are some matters that are going upstairs on the ladder of justice that you sleep with your two eyes closed, because you don't need to bother about it. Are they going to bring new information? There's no new information. You said the man for certificate, the university, and the deputy registrar that came was not a layman, he's a lawyer. From the legal department of the university. He knew what he was talking about. He presented the certificate of University of Ibadan, all over the world. They don't look at it twice before they accept it. And you, because of one reason or the other. You see, when you make a promise that you cannot fulfill, you want to do everything possible to give the impression to the people that you really made that promise. Because you promise that you're going to bring the governor down. You promise that, you know,
all that is just in the realms of maybe rumors, speculations, and whatever you. But the point I want to try as much as possible for us to focus on the next few minutes is, now this is over. So you said a while ago that the encumbrances are over. So it's to focus on governance.
Yes.
Expectations are high that in February, like promised, maybe second week of February, we'll have the list of members of the state ESCO, particularly the commission. What are your expectations along those lines?
Well, I don't expect the governor to do less than he did in the first tenure. I expect that he will do better, because all the while, right from the day he became governor, irrespective of the fact that we were not in the same party at that time, we were looking at his antecedent.
Okay.
You know, and having Ghana 4 years experience as an executive governor, he's in a position to know where adjustments are needed and the rest of them. So the expectation of everybody in Edo State that mean well for the state is very high, and I'm sure that the governor is not going to disappoint anybody. That's what we expect in the second term, and we wish him well. You know, we pray that all those, you know, if you go to a fight and you lose, there's nothing wrong in going to have a handshake with the person that beat you. Okay. That is a spirit of good sportsmanship. Okay. All those who have been harassing the governor with different lawsuits and the rest of them, they should come aboard and work with the governor, because it's for posterity. Okay.
What do you make of this trend in our politics and our democracy, where, yes, election day, people come out, they cast their votes, the result of the election is declared, the winner emerges, the losers also emerge, as the case may be, but it looks like, in a sense, that's not where it ends. It must necessarily go to court. So it looks like the electoral, the outcome of an election, the finality is really with the courts. What do you make of that as a trend in our democracy?
Yeah, it's a worrisome trend that is already being mitigated by the development in our politics. And I want to thank God again, Edo State has already set the template. If what happened in the last election, where it was a resounding victory for the governor, the incumbent, apart from this education forgery, there was no need to go to court. As we move on, and the electoral umpire is doing the right thing. If you convince the people, that this guy actually won, there's no need for going to court. There's no need to go to court. Okay. If you have confidence in the system, and the confidence is being built up right now. Yeah. Look at what happened in Edo State. So it's used there is a waste of the precious time of the court for these kids to have even come up at all.
But they have the right. They have the right to exercise.
Of course, yes. Where your right ends, that's where that of another person begins. The thing that bothers me so much is is what Mark Twain said in the 17th century. In which the French have adopted as one of their major proverbs, that why truth was still wearing his shoes, light has traveled around the world, but it's the truth that prevailed eventually. So let us concentrate and listen to what is true. Let us concentrate and applaud those who are doing well, not always try to be detracting those who are doing well. So the trend in Nigeria, where the loser always want to go to court, will be stagnated by the progress in our polity. It will stop later.
Okay. Yeah, I think I recall President Goodluck Jonathan perhaps set the templates for that, really, when he congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari during his first tenure election. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people have been buzzing our studio phone to contribute to the conversation. Our studio number is 052290573. The number is on the screen. If you dial the number, you'll be able to get to us. Now, make your contribution as brief as possible. Also avoid names calling. Go straight to the point. Let's get your feel on the outcome of Saturday's judgment on the allegation of certificate forgery against Governor Godwin Obaseki. 052290573. That's our studio number. Dial it right now, and then let's get your take on it. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and go ahead with your contribution. Yesterday, I saw the Deputy Governor, Komefele Shaibu, showing some dancing skills. I also saw Dikin Pascal Obume also showing some dancing skills to celebrate the outcome of that court judgment. It's the TMI Monday with your sincere. Let's get a course on now. 052-290-573 is the studio number. If you dial that number right now, like someone has already done, you'll be able to talk to us. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Yes, good morning. Please turn down the audio level on your TV. Turn down the audio level on your TV. Okay. Yes, go ahead. Okay. Okay. Now you need to move backward from your TV set to remove the echo. You need to move backward. You need to move backward from your TV set. Hello. Move backward from your TV set to remove the echo.
Okay. So I just want to confirm the election matter between Obaseki, our governor,
okay,
and the challengers. You know, because people don't like good things in this world. Somebody who have done well for the first term, then because they want to still try to finish up what he has already started, or push everybody commending him. So people now try to spoil that mind, that zeal they have for the people of the district. So I just want to thank God that God has supported them. Because we can go to that court.
Okay, thank you for your contribution. We'll have you on the program, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
So this is Bishop.
Yes, Bishop, go ahead.
Thank you for the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Bishop.
Yes, go ahead, Bishop. I can hear you.
We appreciate and we applaud the court. And this is the best judgment ever in history of democracy. And we don't expect anything lesser than that before. If the court has spoken otherwise, we as human rights activists, we will have protected it. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Your name and where you're calling from. Good morning. Yes, please turn down the audio level on your TV to remove the echo. Turn down the audio level on your TV to remove the echo. Turn down the audio level on your TV to remove the echo.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Reverend Honorable Victor Ilekoba.
Reverend, thank you for joining us. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Sonyogoso, for this very wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
And what really happened in the States, it's a fine one. It's a welcome development.
Okay.
It happens in any area, anywhere in the world,
okay,
where there is civilization. So, me, for one, I'm one of those that flew along with the governor as he was leading APC. What really happened when there is a contest? We are about to receive many people trying to go for it.
yeah,
As the game had already shown to everybody, we the Benin is what we cherish that is there today.
okay,
So for the rest Benin people, those that are not being with us, they should all try to come and join the race so that we can move the state forward.
all right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. 052-290-573. Just give us a buzz and let's get your take on the judgment Saturday. Good morning. What's your name? Good morning. What's your name, caller? Your name and where you're calling from, and let's get your take. Yes, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. This is Colin.
Yeah, please turn down the audio level on your TV to remove the echo. We can't even hear you now. You can see what I mean. We can't hear you.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes.
Chief Executive.
I still can't hear you. Just turn down the audio level completely. Or you move backward. I can't hear you.
Okay. Good morning.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I so more excited for the edition that I'm just seeing this morning.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is this. I want to advise all the Nigerians that what OBASEKI'S is doing is a weapon development. Even the first time we saw everything that is well okay. So by going to courts, going to Federal High Court of Abuja, according to that man that has spoken, really, we wanted those states to stand as a stagnant. But to God be the glory, the victory will be given to our excellency. Please, I want to beg the opponent and everyone of Edo State, let's join hands together to work so that we'll move Edo State forward. Go.
Thank you. Hello, Kala. Good morning. Good morning. What's your name? Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Philip from Abuja.
From Abuja. Go ahead, please.
Yes. My contribution is both of OBASEKI and Eze Yamu. They are from the same place. Can't they find the development of Edo State?
We're listening to you.
All of them, let them join hands together.
Okay.
And make everything to be equal. So that by the grace of God, things will be okay for us in Edo State.
Okay.
First caller from Edo State. From Abuja and from Edo State.
Okay.
Please and please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Our student number is still up and running. If you dial it right now, you'll be able to contribute to the discussion. Good morning. What's your name? Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? Please turn down the audio level on your TV set. Turn it down. Yes, I can hear you, but turn down the audio level to make it better.
Okay. My name is Osaro from Benin.
Osaro is calling us from Benin. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to congratulate the governor for the victory, and I want to also tell the opposition party to accept the victory because I know it's not obvious that the people want overtaking. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. 052-290-573. You are live on the program. Good morning. Good morning, caller. Please turn down the audio level on your radio.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead. Yes, good morning. What's your name?
Divine.
Divine, where are you calling us from? Yes, good morning, caller. What's your name? Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Yes, yes, good morning. We're having a bit of a technical challenge with that call, so we'll take it off quickly. Your name and where you're calling from, and then go ahead and make your contribution. 052-290-573. That's the studio number. Dial that number right now, and then you'll be able to contribute on the judgment on Saturday in favor of Governor Godwin Obaseki over allegations of certificate forgery brought before the Federal High Court Abuja by the opposition party and its candidate. 052-290-573. That's the studio number. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? Good morning. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from? We can barely hear you. Could you speak up a little bit? Good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Bright from Benin.
Okay, Bright, go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate you for the whole because he has done well. And I believe in the remaining part of the year he will spend the office better.
Okay.
I also want to tell the opposition party to work with him. The law has just spoken. And if you accuse a man of being a man over, you must take to Google and check where he stole that income and get the details of everything before you can the take back or have anything to do with that man. That is what the court just told them. And they said, and it was so surprising to have a bunch of lawyers, and they could not do normal things. You know, in meditation is where you think you have the edge. All that continue from there. So I just wish the government the remaining 4 years to develop Edo State. Thank you.
Okay, now let's just take a listen to this report that we're highlighting now, where the deputy governor was virtually on the floor, dancing all the way, and just in excited mood. Who wouldn't be in such an excited mood for such an epic judgment? We'll take this report now, and then we'll be back with you on the program TMI Monday. We'll take this report now. We'll be back with you on the program to continue our conversations and also sustain our phone calls so you can also be part of the conversation. Please stay with us on TMI.
It was celebration galore as Edo State Deputy Governor Comrade Philip Shaibu and PDP leaders celebrated the ruling of the High Court in Abuja. In other parts of Benin City, some PDP members celebrated the victory in their homes and offices with friends and supporters. Some PDP chieftains commended the judgment of the Federal High Court, which they said has laid to rest the issue of educational qualification of Governor Godwin Obaseki. They urged Governor Obaseki to leverage on the judgment to continue his developmental strides in the state.
It's a good day for Edo people. It's a good day for all of us because we knew the man that we brought. 4 years this man was governor. Under IPC, you were showering praises on him. You didn't know he had no papers. So now that this one is out of the way, he's going to go ahead and do what he's supposed to do.
It's like 19th of September. The judiciary has, given an imprimatur to the mandate Edo people gave to us on the 19th of September 2020. So we're happy, we're grateful to God. And we didn't expect anything otherwise. But again, we thank God for everything.
It's God's own victory. God has brought the victory to us, even though we are very sure that it will come, because we know our principle, that all that they were accusing him for is not the truth. But the court had to decide. So when the victory came, personally to me, they come to me as a surprise because I know my principle.
A man you are saying forged a certificate, has presented a certificate, and the issuing institution have said this is our certificate. What else do we need? We just thank God for everything. We enjoy all of them to come aboard. It's a victory for democracy. It's a victory for the whole of Edo people.
When contacted for comments on the position of the Edo State chapter of the APC on the judgment, the party's acting state chairman, Colonel David Imuse, retired, who spoke via telephone, said their lawyers will review the judgment.
Our lawyers will talk to you on that.
Justice Ahmed Mohammed, in his ruling, held that the plaintiffs, the APC, failed to prove their claim that Governor Godwin Obaseki forged the academic certificates that he submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Kingsley Uchebu reporting.
Okay, thanks again for staying with us on the program TMI Monday. Just to give you an update on some of the things that transpired on Saturday following that judgment. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? Please turn down the audio level on your TV. What's your name?
Hello.
Yes, good morning. What's your name?
My name's Mrs. Elizabeth Williki. I'm speaking from Wasota.
Okay.
With the judgment, you people, look, my brother, let me congratulate you people with what you are doing in your stadium.
Thank you.
What happened some years ago between our president and the present president is an eye open to everybody. When you are defeated, accept and congratulate your opponents. There's no need dragging the state into mud. Let's move forward. The important thing is that people are hungry. Not that going to court will stop the what is on ground. Let them leave the governor to do what he is able to do. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate your call. Thank you. Down the studio number, and you'll be able to participate in the program. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please turn down the audio level on your TV, or better still, move backward to remove the echo. Thank you. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
This is Collins.
Collins, we can't hear you. We'll take you off the line. If you just can't follow a simple instruction, turn down the audio level or move backward to remove the echo.
Yeah, I'm out of place.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate the final judgment of the court concerning the certificate issue of our honorable and amiable governor, OBASEKI'S. And I also urge us to emulate, and there shouldn't be any need for us to be fighting over position of what I do. All we need to do is to support, let all hands be on deck to support the good work the government has started, so that at the end of the day, each and every one of us will enjoy the good work of the governor, and we'll see a new generation of election being practiced in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Collins. So I appreciate you. Okay, we'll take our last call. And hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name?
Hello.
Turn down the audio level on your TV to remove your echo. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing. Good morning. Turn down the audio level. Good morning. Turn down the audio level on your TV, or remove the, or move backward.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm Evangelist Owolafe from Epoma.
Yes, go ahead.
And what I'm about to tell us is that Governor Obaseki has won. What we need in Edo State is to be grateful to God, and we all of us have to be praying for good governance, and that they need to be led by God to do the right thing, and the masses will be happy. And that is why he's there. He's there for the masses. So that God will help him, will enable him, will give him direction, leadership spirit to do the right thing for those things and make the masses to be happy. That's what I'm after.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, our last call for today. Good morning. What's your name? Turn down the audio level on your TV set, or we'll take you off like I've done now. Please, when you call, endeavor to turn down your audio level on your TV set. Better to move backward to remove the echo. Good morning. Good morning, caller. What's your name? Good morning, caller. What's your name? Hello, caller. What's your name? And where are you calling us from? Good morning. The line apparently is jammed. A lot of people want to call almost at the same time. Hello, good morning. What's your name? And where are you calling us from? Okay, that's as much time will permit us to take. Okay, hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? That's much time will permit us to take. Well, what do you make of the call so far by Jimmy Osagede?
From what I heard, is a consensus. The opinions, put together, they mean the same thing. They are all congratulating the governor, and also appealing to the opposition to work with the government.
Yeah, hello, good morning. What's your name? Where's Igbosa Samuel calling us from?
From Texas Road.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm in love with the governor, and I want to thank God for his victory in the court.
Okay.
I'm a little disappointed with his inability to pay gratuities in 2011.
Okay.
Those of us who retired, please urge him, advise him to pay the gratuity. Since his victory has now been endorsed by the High Court. Good morning.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, that's the most we can take. Yeah, you were saying something on the final note on the, reacting to some of the calls that have come in so far.
Yes, all the callers are congratulating the governor.
Okay.
And they wish that the opposition will work with the governor to advance the development in Edo State.
Okay, so we're looking forward to the new state ESCO. Hopefully that will be in February. Expectations are high on who is going to make that list and eventually work with the governor to move the state forward. Pending the subsequent outcomes of this court proceedings from appeal court probably to the Supreme Court. You never can tell. You never can tell. You never know. Pastor Jimmy Osagede, thank you so much for availing us your wealth of knowledge as a lawyer. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
And to all our viewers and callers, we appreciate you as well.